times. And also look at, you know, the characters. He's a math professor who loves logic and reason, you know, and you know, sexual things are anything but logical and reasonable. So,
do you think his point of view was valid?
I don't know.
Would you recommend
for some people, yeah, for some people, not for me, but it may be some people's cup of tea. You know, there's a lot of ways to have a relationship.
Now, you've been married, you told me when we sat down a few weeks ago,
going on 20 years.
20 years?
That's right.
Okay, then you should know the answer to this question. What's the secret to a long-lasting relationship?
It's a mystery.
Your wife is over there, so watch what you say.
It's a mystery, love in general, you know. We try to keep the lines of communication open, you know. Have fun with each other, see each other as much as possible, tell each other how you're really feeling, don't mince your words, you know.
But that's hard stuff.
But yeah, but finally, I think it's sort of a mystery, I think.
Do you think a relationship can survive without sex?
I'm sure some have. Yeah. There's a lot of ways to have a relationship, a lot of different forms of marriage.
This movie raises a lot of questions and issues about the relationship between men and women. What did you relate to best in the movie? Was there one thing in particular that you saw yourself in?
Gosh, you know, viewing it tonight, since I sort of knew my story and I knew that relationship pretty well, seeing it tonight, I was so moved by the relationship between Lauren Bacall and Barbra. They play mother and daughter, and it's also, I mean, it's a movie about the man and woman relationship, but it's also about this mother and daughter relationship, and that was very moving for me tonight.
Like his character, Bridges believes that true beauty transcends mere appearance. This is, after all, a man who met his future wife when her face was still in bandages from a car accident. He says she was beautiful, nevertheless. Now that's romantic. And we have more where that came from coming up. Celebrity interviews, a sneak peek at the movie, and a profile of the Hollywood veteran who's stealing scenes right out from under Streisand's famous nose. Who is she? Stick around and find out. Hi, I'm Steve Kometko at New York City's Tavern on the Green, in the Crystal Room, where the stars are gathering for the post-premiere party of The Mirror Has Two Faces. That's the new romantic comedy from Jeff Bridges and Barbra Streisand. With romance and coupling the primary topics of discussion tonight, we turn our attention to a woman who was one half of Hollywood's most celebrated couples, Lauren Bacall. The other half, oh, come on. Bogey and Bacall met in true Hollywood fashion on the set of a movie, To Have and Have Not. They became husband and wife, they became parents, they became inseparable. In The Mirror Has Two Faces, Miss Bacall again shows that she and her persona are deliciously inseparable.
Mother, I made dinner. Why don't you put the coffee on?
I raised two daughters, I buried a husband, I made my coffee.
It was about relationships. It was about the way mothers and daughters and women and men and how they interact.
How wonderful to have two compassionate daughters. I thought you were going to wear makeup today.
How would you describe the woman you play?
Well, there's no one word for Hannah. It's a great name, too, isn't it? She's many things. As it turns out, finally, she's very human.
What the hell are you wearing?
This happens to be an imitation scarf.
She's not mean, really. She's not, you know, she's unthinking. She just says things off the top of her head because she, somehow, I don't know, they come out that way. She thinks it's the right thing at the time, or she just overreacts, or she's just trying to protect herself.
Well, then why does it matter how you look unless you think something might happen with this one?
Why did you want to do this movie?
Well, I'll tell you a few reasons. Number one, it's the best part that I've been offered in a long time in a movie. Number two was with Barbra, who I've always admired, has a great talent, as we all know. I'd never been directed by a woman, and I obviously had never been directed by her.
You know, she has on occasion been given what I think is a bum rap for being tough and independent.
Oh, I agree with you completely.
But those are two
It's a
things.
bum rap.
Tough and independent are two things that could also be said of you.
Which is also a bum rap. Independent I am because I am. I have to be. I mean, women alone have to be, you know. You have to take care of your own life. Tough I am not.
No?
I'm strong. No. I have inner strength, I think. But tough, no. I'm not tough.
What's the best part of being the age you are now?
Nothing.
Nothing? Come on.
That I'm breathing. I mean, it's the best part.
Tell me about seeing the movie tonight. I know last time we talked you hadn't seen it yet.
No,
Now?
I know.
Your
now,
opinion?
Well, I love the movie. I think it's terrific. I think it's got so many levels to it, and it has. I think so many people will connect with it because it's really, you know, I did see it after I'd spoken to you. I saw it at a screening in L.A. And this is the second time that I've seen it, and I enjoyed it much more this time than I did the first time. So, of course, I didn't see anything the first time, and I didn't see all of it tonight either because I was too nervous. But I really felt comfortable about what everybody did and how terrific everybody is in it. I mean, I think Barbra did a really, really wonderful directorial job as well as acting job. But, I mean, she really, and Jeff, I thought was wonderful, and I saw so many things in it that I hadn't seen before. And I really feel audiences love it. I think audiences have a great time.
It's a great movie. It's a great date movie, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. I guess so. I certainly hope so.
Say they raise so many questions in this movie about romance and relationships. Do you think a relationship can survive without sex?
Not while I'm breathing, no. No, I suppose some have. I don't know quite how they survive, but I think it depends upon the situation and the individuals. I would think it would be very difficult.
I would think so, too.
Yes, wouldn't you think?
From my point of view.
Wouldn't you think? I mean, I think it would be, it doesn't seem quite natural.
Look but don't touch?
No, but I think that sometimes circumstances force that kind of relationship, and then if people really, really like one another, I think they can have a wonderful life together.
What's the most important factor in a relationship, in keeping a relationship going?
Humor. To me, boy, if you can't laugh, forget it, you know. I mean, I couldn't be with anyone that didn't have humor. I couldn't bear it. And I really think it's important. I think it helps you through a lot of rough times.
If you were going to star in a romantic comedy such as this one, who would you pick as your leading man, if you could?
Daniel Day-Lewis.
You and Mimi Rogers.
Oh, did she say that too? No, that just popped out. As 'twere. No, I mean, that's not realistic, you understand. But what would be realistic? A romantic comedy? Comedy is difficult. Not all actors can play comedy. Jeff, I thought, was wonderful. I thought he did a He's one of my favorites anyway. Pacino? Mm-hmm. Shall we say? For a start? Okay. Just off the top of my head?
The ups and downs of Mimi Rogers and Pierce Brosnan. As you'll see, this twosome is trouble.
they fall for the wrong reasons in love with the wrong people.
She doesn't really love him. You know, she's marrying him, you know, because Rose liked him.
When the honeymoon ends, it becomes obvious that love never entered into the equation.
I swear, if he wasn't gorgeous, rich, and straight, I wouldn't have even bothered.
What's wrong?
Nothing.